Okay, now we want to get you caught up on all the news happening here at home. It is a hot one already. If you haven't been outside, brace yourselves. It feels really warm across the county.
Warming up here quick here. It's also going to be windy in some areas, and that has firefighters already on high alert.
So we're going to have a first look at your weather in just a moment. But first, let's send it over to CBS 8's Kelly Hestedall, getting whipped around by the wind right now near Alpine. Kelly, how is it over there?
Oh my gosh, yes. It's a little windy, I will say that. If you take a look at our anemometer right now, anywhere from 4, 6, 10 miles an hour sometimes. I saw 20-mile-an-hour gusts earlier, so there have been some strong winds out here today. We talked to some drivers here at this rest stop, including some tourists from Germany. Take a listen to what they told us.
Strong wind. It's different from Germany. It's like it changed. In the road, you get a small kick, maybe. So you can feel it.
And as you can see, this sign along the 8 warning drivers of high winds. As soon as we hit the Cleveland National Forest, we could feel it. I could feel the car kind of shift back and forth. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're headed out east today. Now, there is also a heat advisory in effect that's expected to last at least until tomorrow evening. So some reminders, take precautions, wear light colored clothing, avoid being outside during the peak hours of the day, and make sure you're looking after your pets, that they're staying hydrated. Any exercise, take care of that in the early morning hours or at night when it is cooler. Now, back to the wind for a moment. We did talk to some truck drivers who told us the conditions right now aren't too concerning, and they certainly hope it stays that way.
What we're seeing right now isn't really that bad, but it is something to think about. Yeah, I mean, when you get, like 60-mile-an-hour winds, then it can be severe.
And as for fire danger, always a concern about that here in San Diego, though the fuel does look pretty green out here right now. It's still a good idea to have that go bag ready, to have that evacuation plan in place just as a precaution. But for the latest on the weather conditions, let's turn it now to Netta. Netta?
Kelly, we can tell by your hair how windy it is. That's a perfect example of the warnings we've been given all day. I mean, really, it's dangerous. So thank you for bringing that to us. And of course, for many semi-truck drivers, it's not a good idea, high-profile vehicles, to drive right where Kelly is, because those can get toppled around. I mean, we've seen that time and time again if they don't have a heavy load. So right now, here's our current sustained winds. These are continuous winds that just come on at us. And you can see mainly coming from the east to the west. Right here where it's orange, that would be about 30 miles per hour. 20 in Ramona at that weather station. Campo 14. Right here it says 5 in Alpine. But as you saw around Kelly right there on the 8, it is a lot stronger. Julian, you're at 24. So again, those are sustained winds. These are our wind gusts. These are the gusts that really send branches coming down and debris flying around. We're at 29 at the weather station in Ramona, but around it up to 50-mile-per-hour winds right now. Early this morning, Sill Hill, which we know that's one of our windiest spots, got all the way up to 68-mile-per-hour winds. Alpine right now is at 39, 24 in Campo. And the overall wind direction, offshore, east to west, drying us out. So we have a wind advisory through 4 p.m. Kelly mentioned the heat advisory too. So dry, hot, and windy, that whole combo, not safe as far as fire danger is concerned. Look at the temperatures right now. 92 in Escondido already. It is 11:26 and we're in the 90s. 91 in Fallbrook. Oceanside, you're at 90. You're hotter there than in El Cajon. El Cajon, we know, typically you are a hotter spot, but because those Santa Ana winds are so strong right here across the mountains, it's sweeping all that heat down to Oceanside at the moment. Downtown San Diego, a lot cooler at 77 because the wind gusts there are not as strong from the east to west. That 24-hour temperature change shows the significant warm up that we are experiencing right now. And then I do want to show you our dew points, the measure of the moisture in the air. We barely have any moisture in Julian, down to 8, Mount Laguna 8. It is bone dry in Ramona right now. These numbers are going to keep on dropping because our wind gusts are going to continue through the afternoon. I'll let you know when we'll finally get a break from the heat and the Santa Anas.